In the land of Zuwara, a kingdom surrounded by vast golden plains and guarded by tall mountains, there lived a queen named Ifeoma. She was not just a queen by title but by heart. Known for her wisdom and bravery, she ruled her people with fairness and love. But Ifeoma's journey to the throne was not one of ease. It was carved through challenges that tested her spirit and her resolve. When Ifeoma's father, King Oba, passed away unexpectedly, the kingdom was thrown into turmoil. Ifeoma was his only child, and by tradition, a woman had never ruled Zuwara. The elders whispered among themselves, saying the gods might be angered if a woman sat on the throne. They urged her to marry a nobleman who would rule in her place. But Ifeoma stood firm. The throne is not a gift to be handed to another, she declared in the royal hall, her voice steady and her gaze unwavering. I have studied beside my father, led his armies, and listened to the cries of our people. I will not abandon Zuwara to tradition's chains. Her words echoed through the hall, but not everyone was pleased. Chief Okoye, one of the most powerful elders, smirked and said, "Brave words, my queen. But ruling is not about words, it is about strength." Thus began her battle for the throne, not with swords but with challenges, betrayals, and the resilience of her heart. The first obstacle came from the Council of Elders. To prove her worth, they decreed that Ifeoma must pass 3 tests, each designed to break her will. The first was the test of knowledge. In the council chamber, Chief Okoye posed a riddle. There is a tree in the forest that bears no fruit, yet it feeds the entire kingdom. What is it? Ifeoma closed her eyes, remembering the lessons her father had taught her. The tree is wisdom, she answered. It bears no visible fruit, but its branches guide us, and its roots hold the kingdom together. The elders murmured in surprise, but Okoye's face remained hard. Clever, he said. The second test was the test of courage. Ifeoma was to spend a night in the Valley of Echoes, a place said to be haunted by spirits of warriors who had died in battle. Many who entered the valley never returned. Armed only with a torch and her faith, Ifeoma entered the valley as the sun dipped below the horizon. The air was cold, and the howls of unseen creatures echoed around her. Shadows danced on the valley walls, twisting into monstrous shapes. As she walked deeper, a voice boomed, "Turn back, child of Zuwara, or you will join the lost." Ifeoma's heart raced, but she pressed on, saying, "I am not here to harm or to steal. I walk with respect and love for this land and its spirits." The wind roared, and the ground trembled, but Ifeoma remained steadfast. By morning, the valley was calm, and the spirits had faded. She emerged stronger, her courage unshaken. Her victory in the test angered Chief Okoye, who feared losing his influence. He began spreading lies, claiming that Ifeoma had used dark magic to win. He even bribed some of the soldiers to turn against her. One night, while Ifeoma was in her chambers, a loyal guard named Is rushed in. "My queen," he whispered urgently, "there is a plot to overthrow you. Okoye has gathered an army, and they plan to storm the palace at dawn." Ifeoma's mind raced, but she refused to flee. Is, gather the villagers who remain loyal. We will not fight with swords but with the strength of unity. By sunrise, the palace courtyard was filled with farmers, traders, and soldiers who believed in Ifeoma. When Okoye's men arrived, they were met not with violence but with the sight of hundreds standing shoulder to shoulder, chanting, "Long life Queen Ifeoma." Okoye hesitated. His men, seeing the love the people had for their queen, began to lower their weapons. Some even joined Ifeoma's side. Defeated and humiliated, Okoye was banished from the kingdom. Peace returned to Zuwara, but another challenge loomed. The rains failed, and the crops withered. The kingdom faced a famine unlike any they had known. Ifeoma spent sleepless nights devising plans, but nothing seemed to work. One day, while walking through the village, she met an old woman named Neka who was planting seeds in the dry soil. "Why do you plant when there is no rain?" Ifeoma asked. Neka smiled and said, "The rains will come when the land feels loved again. The earth listens to those who believe in it." Inspired, Ifeoma called upon her people to work together. They dug wells, built granaries, and shared what little they had. They sang songs of hope as they walked, their spirits lifting even in hardship. And then, one night, the rains came. It poured for days, and the fields turned green again. Zuwara rejoiced, and Ifeoma knew that their unity had saved them. Years later, Queen Ifeoma sat on her throne, watching children play in the palace courtyard. She thought of the trials she had faced, the riddles, the valley, the betrayal, and the famine. Each challenge had shaped her, taught her, and made her stronger. She turned to her scribe and said, "Write this down. A true ruler is not one who seeks power but one who serves with love." The strength of a kingdom lies not in its walls or its weapons, but in the hearts of its people. Her story became a legend, told around fires and in village squares. Queen Ifeoma's name was remembered not just as a ruler, but as a symbol of resilience, courage, and the power of unity. The story of Queen Ifeoma teaches us that challenges are not meant to break us but to shape us into who we are meant to be. True leadership is about courage, wisdom, and a heart that beats for the people.